Hello, Yates County and beyond. Welcome back to another episode of Invasive Species Friday. Through this short weekly podcast, we at the Yates CCE hope to bring you information about the invasive species you may see around this county. We're climbing with this week's invasive, roundleaf bittersweet. Also known by the names ornamental bittersweet, Asian bittersweet, and climbing spindleberry, this invasive woody vine is originally from China, Korea, and Japan. It arrived in North America as an ornamental in the 1860s. Now it can be found through much of the eastern half of the United States and Canada. Growing most vigorously in the sun, this plant can tolerate dense shade and is most often spotted in disturbed woodlands, fields, and roadsides. Roundleaf bittersweet can grow to 66 feet long and climbs trees or structures for support. The vines have dark brown, striated bark. Its leaves are alternate and vary in shape from oblong to round, making them an unreliable identifier. They can be 2 to 5 inches long and 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide. The leaf margins have rounded teeth, and the leaf itself is green until fall when it turns yellow. This bittersweet flowers in the spring, typically around May and June, with 5-petal blooms arranged in clusters of 2 to 7 at the leaf axils. This is where the leaf stalk meets the plant stem. Female plants typically produce up to 370 round fruit per year, which ripen in the fall. The seed capsules start out green, but turn yellow and start to split as the season progresses. When fully mature, the seed capsules are fully open, presenting the bright red fruit contained within. These fruits can be spread over long distances by birds, but humans collecting fruit branches for flower arrangements can also have a hand in furthering the invasion. Roundleaf bittersweet can be mistaken for the Native American bittersweet at first glance, but there are some key differences. First up is the leaf. As I said earlier, roundleaf bittersweet leaves are variable, but often have short, stubby tips. They are unsurprisingly rounder in shape than the American variety, and its serrations are more rounded as well. The American bittersweet has a long, tapered point, and the serrations are more pointed. It's easier to distinguish the two plants in the fall, however, when the fruits are present. The fruits themselves are a very similar color, but the seed capsules on the round leaf are yellow or yellowish-orange, while the American seed capsules are a darker reddish color. The clusters of fruit and capsules are terminal on the American species, meaning that they only occur on the end of each branch. Roundleaf fruit clusters are smaller and come out of each axil along the length of the branch. Now let's move on to the impacts the roundleaf bittersweet can have on the local ecosystem. Like the wisteria plants we talked about earlier this season, the bittersweet vines are a menace to trees and shrubs. Using other plants to gain height and reach more sun, roundleaf bittersweet girdles and smothers whatever it twines around. The seeds have a very high germination rate, and the plant can also spread vegetatively through rhizomes. It's not uncommon for areas to be completely overwhelmed by this bittersweet, making it impossible for other plants to get enough sunlight, air, water, or nutrients to grow. Trees that survive the entanglement then have to deal with the added weight of the vines. This can cause dangerous conditions during snow or ice storms. The breakages can cause further damage to the tree or create openings for pests or disease to enter. This is not exclusively caused by bittersweet vines, but the more stress a tree is under, the more susceptible it is to other stressors. Dead trees that are covered in this vine are also more prone to falling, making them more dangerous to people and nearby structures. Another big issue with the roundleaf bittersweet is it outcompetes and displaces its native lookalike, the American bittersweet. A few states now list American bittersweet's conservation status as a species of concern or threatened. Again, roundleaf bittersweet is not the only cause of this, but it is a significant contributing factor. As we finish up this week's episode, let's go over how to manage any roundleaf bittersweet you find on your property. This is one of those invasives where timing is important. Control methods like pulling or digging should be done before the fruit is mature to prevent the seed from spreading. The root systems can be extensive, however, so make sure to remove as much of it as possible and continue to monitor the site. Mowing has been effective when the plants are still low, but it needs to be repeated every 2 weeks, sometimes every week, during the growing season. It will take time to deplete the root store. For chemical controls, there are foliar, cut stump, and stem injection herbicides available. These are typically more effective when used in conjunction with cutting and mowing approaches, but it's important to consider the site conditions and how the chosen herbicide works. Remember, roundleaf bittersweet wraps itself around other plants, and bare ground is a playground for invasive species. Regardless of what method you choose, it will take a few years to deplete the seed bank in the soil, so expect to do follow-up treatments. And with that, we reach the end of this week's episode of Invasive Species Friday. Next Friday, we're back with a bunch grass causing monoculture mayhem. Until then, we at the Yates CCE thank you for tuning in and supporting our fight against invasive species in Yates County.